Hello, Danny Orton here, Soccer Expansion Project. There's my little streaming system right there. So wanted to talk about, first of all, what we are. So this logo is being worked on, it's not very good. But the Soccer Expansion Project is just an idea. I'm a very average soccer coach in the United States right now, originally from Leicester, but want to sort of pose an idea that we might sort of form some sort of an alliance or an educational platform that sits here in the middle. And on the right hand side, bringing together a few knowledgeable helpers. We're already looking to partner with Stuart and Gary Monk from Soccer Profile, and they will be taking care of the players and the coaches piece in terms of those categories right there. We've got administration types of things, some retail stuff, and then entrepreneurial developer stuff, so grants, local government feasibility. But the whole idea is at the left hand side here, the players, coaches, parents, clubs, associations can all kind of have access to hopefully some knowledge and a community to help us grow the game and do what's right for kids and the sport at all levels. So that's kind of an overview of the Soccer Expansion Project and why we exist. I'm actually now going to just go ahead and look at today's little topic, and the idea here is how do you affiliate your club and what do you do? So yesterday we spoke about forming a club and your mission and why you might go do so. And then at that point, you need to find a way to affiliate your club, essentially have some governance over exactly what you're doing. So in here, if I was to look at my little spreadsheet just here, my little Miro board, we've got. Let me just switch this team here a second. Oh, sorry about that. We've got your club, so whatever it might be called. Whatever FC, you've got a choice to make. You can go through the USYS system or the US Club Soccer system. So USYS, United States Youth Soccer Association, it's been around for a long time. You can go to USYS, there's the usyouthsoccer.org, and read about what exactly that involves. But essentially, it looks at the entire country and is broken down by state. So within Pennsylvania, where I'm at, we've got the eastern side of the state, and then the western side of the state, PA West, and then each state, I think there's 54 states that are involved in USYS, and essentially these then provide a platform to govern you, essentially, to give you the opportunity to operate, playing tournaments and things like that. So within USYS, you've got the state associations like a PA West, like EPYSA, and from there, through pass cards and things, you would pay them fees that allow you to compete in programs. So there might be leagues, there might be tournaments. The USYS branch runs the ODP program, and there's lots of, I won't say competitors, but lots of other options in addition to that. But I know a while ago, ODP used to be it in terms of a little bit of a pathway towards college and beyond. Tournaments example, there's Open Cups, and then there's the State Cups. Lots of people talk about State Cups, but they're just a couple of examples of the things that are underneath their banner, if that's the right word, or umbrella. That might be even a better way to say it. So we can look at programs here, and there are these types of things. So futsal's governed through there. There's the President's Cup. Again, that's a local to regional to national type of event. There's ODP, that type of thing. Lots of resources, of course, for clubs. The coaching education piece, of course. Within this, we've got the risk management component that gets passed on to the state associations. So coaches can be licensed, coaches can be certified, coaches can have background checks, all that type of thing. And again, those fees come through the way of pass cards that the players would pay, and that means they're insured. And you have access to state-run leagues. So pretty straightforward. Sometimes these leagues are run by a specific state. So for example, PA West in Pennsylvania runs its own league. And then, if we were to go here for PA West, for example, we've got PA West League. Yeah, we're doing this on the fly now. How about that? So that's a league that's run through a state association. Now, also, the state associations will, let's go with EPYSA, that's the eastern part of state. They will actually house leagues. So the CPYSL is housed by the state, and then we've got another league, let's say the Delco League. I think that still exists. But so sometimes a state association will run its own league. PA West does that, or The state association will house a league that's run by others but still governed through the state association. So as you can see, lots of options, right, for players. On the other side of things, about 2002, US club soccer came along, and I think the overall governance there, or the overall mission, was to help reduce the administration needed, the paperwork needed for players to play and get involved. So for example, on the USYS side of things, it used to be quite arduous, quite a task to get players' pass card. There'd be restrictions on travel. US Club Soccer came along and said, if we put players first, which is one of their mottos, or one of their tenets, what are those barriers? And one of them is administration. So they made things a lot easier for clubs in terms of rostering, drop and drag, customized rosters, go to whatever tournaments. And it took a while for tournaments to sort of recognize that US club soccer existed, and once they did, they accepted US club soccer rostered teams, and it's just much easier to administer. Now, US club soccer has expanded. They've now got their programs, and they include leagues and they include tournaments, and ID2 would be sort of their ODP equivalent, but an identification process that allows kids to be spotted and identified and referred to. Tournaments are US Club Soccer run tournaments, leagues are US Club Soccer sanctioned leagues, and there are existing ones that are out there, and there are ones that are new. And beyond this, the levels within both of these sides of the administrative platform are quite extensive. You're talking about high-level stuff to recreational-based programs, but they are the two affiliation pathways. So considerations, insurance is the big one. And risk management, so every player is insured for a year based on the pass card that they have been sanctioned or been given by either US club or the state association. The program structure, if you were to affiliate your club with one or both, they're going to ask you some questions. Territory, mission, different levels. I know for sure that the recreational side of things and the soccer for all approach is a big thing. I know that lots of people, a number of years ago, talking to the US Club Soccer folks, would, for some reason, or not some reason, but they would find a way to house their teams inside of US Club Soccer, and it would be one team. And the US Club Soccer folks spotted that and were saying, no, you can't affiliate with us unless you are providing a full-service, structured approach to your programming. So it just stopped a coach or a parent or a somebody forming one team under US Club Soccer, not catering to the masses, not taking care of lots and lots of players, but just trying to find a way to house a team, register a team, get it insured, and go do whatever they want. And so there's been a clamp on that, so you have to fill in an application. Ease of administration, I think I spoke about this, it used to be, and it may well be, that certain state associations have their own rules regarding how far you can travel. If you are affiliated with the state of Pennsylvania and you want to travel to Ohio, there's likely some forms that you need to fill out. US Club Soccer don't have to do that. Again, it's not a deal breaker, as I'll explain in a second, but just something to consider. Tournament entry, there are no mixed rosters, so you can't have half your roster sitting on this side and half your roster sitting on this side. You'd either be here or here. Solutions and conclusions. So the solution that most folks end up gravitating towards is to do both, and we've done the same thing. So we're affiliated with USYS through PA West or EPYSA, and we've enjoyed and helped players grow either through this league here or this league here. Not a problem. We've gone to tournaments with rosters that are from the state association, etc., etc. So, there's eventually a bigger menu if you're able to do both. On this side of things, certainly from the recreational side of things, it's been a little easier, maybe costs involved, but we've not necessarily been involved in leagues because we currently are in the middle of Pennsylvania, but we could have a conversation to start our own league if we wanted to. That's something that US Club Soccer would entertain, that conversation, if we found some founding member clubs. Tournaments, we've gone to tournaments that are either US Club Soccer sanctioned, like the regional and national events, or you could form your own tournament too. We've referred players to ID2. We've had a couple of players that have gone on to ID2 camps. So most clubs end up, doing both. I think a pass card for USYS or state associations will vary a little bit. US Club Soccer, I think it's $24 a year per kid, so really not too bad. And you get insurance waivers. I forgot about that. So really simple over here. That's the world I know. I'm sure it's the same over here as well. But let's say that our club wants to use a school facility or a facility. People are going to ask for a waiver. And we can just fill in a form, and US Club Soccer send us an email, so we have that rider, so it's all taken care of. The other thing that's a bigger topic that I've not included on here in terms of your club affiliation is the support that you get, right? So the support that you might get regarding coaching education, regarding curriculums, all those types of things. If we have a quick look at the US Club Soccer homepage, you can start to see some of the resources that might be available. Health and safety types of things, background screening, information for parents. They've obviously got their bylaws, different types of programs. Here's the leagues that you can get involved with. Obviously some of them, these two are relatively, I won't say relatively new, but when they first started weren't necessarily in existence, and they're now just, top end leagues, cups and national sanctioned tournaments, listed tournaments. So there's that sanctioning tournament. There's coaching education piece that we can get to. If I was to go to, say, just to show both sides of things, if I was to go to PA West, wait for it to load. Here we go. Similar types of things. So as somebody residing in State College, there's the ODP program, then we'll find a club. The coaching stuff, so if I click on here, we've got licenses, how to get involved, all those types of things. So it's all there for you. I think most folks are going to go and dual sanction, if that's the right word. And typically that cost usually gets passed on to the players. So $50 a year would have you be able to generate US Club Soccer rosters and also USYS rosters or state association ones. So there we go. That's what you need to do. You would start off with your state association. So if you were to reside in, whatever part of the country, you would find out what your territory is or what your geography is. I don't even know this. So let's say I'm living in Kansas. So again, this is all new. I've not pre-looked at this. I would find a way to get in touch with them about who we are, meet the team, find a club, become a member. There we go. So there we go. So there's an example. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'd go and dig them out. Say, hey, I'm in this part of Kansas. I have a club that I'd like to that's forming. How do I get involved in the things that you offer? And you can see that the websites are actually built kind of similar, which makes sense. Same with US Club Soccer, of course. You could get here, join US Club Soccer, click on here. There'd be club membership, all those types of things, different types of membership options, and then here there'd be a PDF or something that you would fill in, or it looks like an online system right now for those guys. So there we go. That would be it. Before you can start playing games, before you can start working with kids, there's this administrative layer that needs to get added, and risk management and insurance are the two big ones, why they need to happen. And then beyond that, we've now got access to leagues, tournaments, and anything potentially that you're looking at to do. So there we go. I hope that helps, and I'll sign off. Cheers.